Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the Lore Lads Live is sponsored by Fume.
Do you want me to get you the Fume?
I should have had it on me. It's all the way. I'll go get it. Do you want to explain why?
Today's podcast is brought to you by Fume primarily because we forgot to put the the link in the description?
Yeah, the link in the description was broken.
And then
So we made an oopsie, and we promised them we would make it right by sponsoring this live stream with Fume. So I will occasionally be holding up this little guy right here, which that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this little guy right here, which is a flavored air device that it's meant to help you break bad habits. Usually bad habits that involve inhaling things that are not good for you.
Like glue.
Should I drop myself a little? Why is that camera always it's always just on that too? Like it's never actually on YouTube that it's glitchy. Anyway, yeah, we are trying to do our best to hold up our agreements with our sponsors because they make the show happen. So we appreciate that. This show is going to get ad reads at some point anyway, so just be prepared for that. Anyway, we were gonna talk about the most recent video topic, but you guys hated it. So we're not going to force you to listen to us talk about MH17 again.
I was going to say, are we going to even say the title of the
Yeah,
video?
no. I don't know if you guys hated it or if YouTube hated it or what the situation was, but it is not doing good. So, we're just going to leave that there. I don't even blame you. I hated it too. I think I probably hated that video more than you guys did.
You manifested it.
You know what? I did. I really did. I tried my best to read it and not seem angry, but maybe it came through.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, anyway, what I wanted to talk about for this video is actually kind of playing into the cult ranch thing we were talking about, and I didn't tell Thornbury about this. I just kind of named the video, "We're starting a cult ranch and you're invited."
You know, at least you're not denying it anymore.
Well, okay, hear me out. So, what?
It's in the title.
It is in the title because here's what I'm thinking. Wouldn't it be great to have a ranch where we bring all of our friends and we all have a nice little life together? And I'm in charge.
The you in charge bit's definitely leaning to cult vibe.
Just saying I'm going to own the property, so I might as well be in charge. No, so what I
Are
really...
you going to own the property, or is the company going to own the property?
Well, that's up to... We can decide on that later.
Okay.
I own the company, so...
As do I.
Well, technically, I have 1% more than you.
Because you really wanted that 1%.
I'm the one on the camera.
You are.
Yeah, and that was really the whole thing.
Other than these days.
Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I don't know. We didn't really know what to talk about. We didn't want to just say it was going to be an AMA, but I did want to use the opportunity, especially to get this out early in the show. I have spent the last several weeks struggling with something that you guys may struggle with too. And that's that I can't find a video game to play.
Ah.
And what I've been aching for, is a little like settlement builder RPG kind of thing that takes place either in like colonial times or Old West times, preferably Old West times, because then I get to use lever action rifles, and I'm really into that.
There's that one, I guess it's...
Oh, trust me, if it exists, I found it and decided no.
Okay, well...
What were you going to say, though?
I don't even think you would like it anyway.
What was it?
Whatever.
What was it, Sophie?
Something like Mulberry Grove or something. It's like sort of colonial times, but it's like made out of paper. And
Oh yeah, no, that would drive me.
You don't get to use any guns or anything.
Yeah, no. I need to be able to shoot things.
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to take the opportunity to ask, if anybody in the audience has worked in game design in any way and would like to join me on this escapade. I'll probably start a Kickstarter because some money will be necessary, but the pinned message in the chat is basically for a basic intake form, because for years I have had this idea. I don't know, for those of you who didn't know, I used to want to be in game design, but up until I got to college, that was my goal. And what I'm looking for now is people who would be willing to help, probably kind of like with what DayZ was, where it would start off as a mod for an existing game and then move it towards production on its own. So my thought process was, and I think I told you about this game idea before, where basically you are a pioneer out on a trail, and you either run out of supplies, your wagon breaks down, whatever. You have to start a settlement, and you have to find a way to work with your environment to survive, like raiders who are, like, for example, if it's the late 1870s, let's say, you're going to have some raiders who are former Confederate and Union soldiers who deserted, and then you're going to have some who are local Native American tribes. And the idea is going to be that you build and manage your settlement, and then you also make it safe by taking out bandit camps and setting up trade links with other settlements that are in the area. If you've played the game Bellwright, kind of similar to that, also kind of like some Red Dead Redemption to it. Anyway, I want to make that happen, but I don't possess the skills.
Hey, Mattis.
Yeah.
I know someone who can hook you up.
Who?
My boyfriend.
Oh, okay. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's in there. That's what I meant by we're starting a cult ranch and you're invited, is more I'm starting a cult ranch video game and you're invited to help me do it. Yeah, I just need to get that out of the way. That said, I'm just gonna I want to talk a little bit about colonization.
Where did this come from?
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
I guess so.
Westward expansion was a form of colonization.
This is beginning to feel like a not too long ago recorded episode of History Unhinged.
Has that one come out yet?
I don't know, considering we tried to talk about it for about 4 different episodes and failed to every time.
If you haven't seen History Unhinged, it lives up to the name, that's for sure. We're also working on getting our first set of guests, but nobody has confirmed anything yet, so we'll see. Start badgering people, though, maybe. I don't know, just be like, hey, I'd love to see you on History Unhinged.
Hopefully that'll work. But so, yeah.
Because we have a video coming out about a colony that failed.
So I was going to ask if that was the reason why your brain was on colonization, considering that was very much, in fact, what that was about.
Oh, dude, I want to write a movie about that story.
It does
so
sound
bad.
like a good story.
I have this idea in my head now for either a series of movies or a series of TV shows or like a mini series or something, I don't know, that would be interweaving because they could all take place at the same time. Because were you aware that one of the objectives of the Jamestown colony was to find the Roanoke colony?
It was not.
Yeah. It was not a primary objective, but when the Jamestown settlers got to Jamestown, they heard stories from the local tribes about a group of white Indians who were living in the English manner, building 2-story houses, had blonde hair, blue eyes. This is only 20 years on. So we're not talking about like decades or centuries later. They were basically like, okay, maybe we can go find these guys. Because Sir Walter Raleigh was like, I will fund a rescue expedition. And then they got sidetracked looking for the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah, it did seem to happen frequently.
Also, people named Raleigh, as I've learned, not great in colonization stories. Really bad at colonization.
That is a trend.
Also, I was horrified to find that Pocahontas is not a true story.
Not even remotely?
Well, there's parts of it that are true, but it was a lot rougher than that.
You didn't know that
Actually,
that was...
the "they are savages" part, that was pretty on the nose. That was...
Refresh my memory?
Well, there's a whole song about them, like, the natives being savages.
Yeah.
Like, there was an element of that, for sure. But there also was an element of people trying to do the right thing. What I'm noticing about British colonization of North America is that more often than not, you have a group of colonists, the majority of whom are genuinely just interested in surviving. You have a leadership element made up of older, wiser, more experienced men who are like, we really need good relations with the natives to survive. And, it's much easier to trade than it is to conquer. And then there's like one guy who is there to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and he's all out of bubblegum because it sank on the voyage there. And that's like Philip Amatus, Raleigh Gilbert. I don't know enough about the Jamestown colony yet to really go into that. I was going to do Jamestown, but then it was just kind of like sad and not mysterious.
Why is that?
Is that the cannibal one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to center it around that, but it's just kind of like, oh, wow, they got really hungry.
I would love to be in a TV show about cannibalism in Jamestown.
Well, boy, do we have a couple stories for you.
Yeah. But no, there's the one that's coming up, and I don't want to spoil too much about it, but the Forgotten Colony I am so excited for that one to come out because I had so much fun writing it. It was the first time in a while that I've gotten to sit there and be like, all right, cool. I get to be a historian. I get to do my job. A lot of people don't know about this if they're not from Maine or maybe Plymouth, England. I don't know. Also, I feel like we can, jump off of that and cover the Salem witch trials.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be a fitting thing to do this October.
Yeah. We can play some Town of Salem. You ever play Town of Salem?
Not even aware of it.
It's a fun game. It's a video
Like
game.
werewolf? Oh. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it's a video game. It is like an Among Us
Oh.
kind of deal, but it takes place in New England.
I think two historical, like, in more recent times, I will say, like, events that have always fascinated me throughout my life are, number one, for some reason, the potato famine.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to me as a child that I got so interested in that and did, like, all my school projects on the Irish potato
I
famine.
think you and Amanda would get along.
Probably. And then the Salem witch trials, because,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just pervasive in American schooling anyway, and it's like, were they poisoned by bad grains and that's why they went crazy, or was it just like a whole, I wouldn't put it past some young ladies to be doing that.
Yeah. I do need to get my hands on the Cruciburrito.
Is it not on somebody's YouTube channel right now?
It is, but it's privated and I don't have the link.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cruciburrito, like the
When I was in 9th grade,
Oh.
we read The Crucible, and our project was that we either had to do a play, like a skit, or we had to write a short film. And my group decided to write a short film. The problem was our entire film centered on one concept, which was, due to the time of history we were living in, a burrito falling in slow motion to Mind Heist from Inception.
I forgot that that's what that
Yeah.
hinged on.
Yeah. We also did not have a camera that could shoot in 1,000 frames per second, obviously. And if we did just just slow it down, the burrito only took a solid 5 frames to fall, if that. So we ultimately tied the burrito to a string, like a kite string, and used the kite string thing to lower it down through and still put it in slow motion. So it's just a really choppy 30 seconds of a burrito tied to a string, slowly descending. It's a masterpiece of cinema, is what I'm saying. The Harlem Shake is in it.
Oh.
There is a slight racism against Hispanics from an Indian guy who is playing a Mexican guy.
Interesting.
It was 2011.
We're just gonna.
I didn't write that part.
Okay.
There was
Yeah, but you
the whole the film was directed by a Mexican.
Okay.
That helps a little.
Exactly. So there's a romance arc. I play Captain Jack Proctor, who is, as you can imagine, John Proctor, but with some Captain Jack Sparrow influence.
That would make sense. I've never actually read The Crucible, so.
Oh,
What?
wow. Yeah, I forget you haven't read things.
Dude.
Brianna was Abigail, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just saw Goody Proctor with the devil.
Oh my God, what a slut.
Have you not seen those videos? I have something to show you.
Oh boy. Oh, you're in for a treat. Anyway, I would like to remake The Cruciburrito as a serious film.
How serious?
Oh,
Well, it's gonna be
entirely
camp,
too
right?
serious.
Got it.
I want to use the Alexa for it.
Incredible.
But it's gonna be like so serious that it's camp, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
all right.
I'm talking
Yeah, like
over the
intensely
top.
overdramatic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, entire scenes that are just two people looking at each other intensely, but the camera cuts back and forth. And at first it's 5 times, and you're like, that feels like a lot of times. And then it's 7 times. You're like, okay, that's a lot. And then it's 15. And at that point, you're rolling on the floor laughing because how long is this going to go on?
A little bit Monty Python.
Exactly.
And is somebody gonna walk in with a gallon of MDMA?
What? It comes in liquid form?
You get the reference without getting
It was
the reference.
PCP.
Oh, is it PCP? Okay,
That's why
yeah.
I was confused. I was
Close
like,
enough.
is that what you're referencing?
How different are they? I don't know anything about
Dude,
drugs.
old YouTube was nuts.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Potion seller.
dear. Oh my God, potion seller. Potion seller.
My potions are too strong for me.
Potion seller, I require your strongest potion.
My potions are too strong
I
for
am
you.
telling you, potion seller, I am going into battle and I need only your strongest
You
potions.
couldn't handle my strongest potions.
Seller. Do you know that one?
Nope.
Potion seller.
I'm going into battle.
I need only your strongest potions. You don't know this one?
No, but I was
Oh,
also
this is
just
gonna be fun.
I was also just recently informed that there were more than 3 llamas with hats videos,
Oh yeah.
and I was
My tummy had the rumblies.
and I was required to watch all
Only
12.
hands could satisfy. Oh yeah, that's.
I'd only ever seen the first 3.
Oh, Charlie the Unicorn's up there too.
Aw.
My favorite were the how to be ninja and how to be like gangsta videos that Ryan
Ryan
Hija
Higa,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his YouTube
The
handle.
potion seller guy wrote challengers?
Huh?
No way.
What's his-
Actually, that's so yeah, that's accurate.
What's his name again?
Hold on. Challengers.
Just so you guys know, this episode was never gonna be on track. We've both been running like constantly. I got engaged.
Yeah.
That still hasn't sunk in. I have
Congratulations
a fiance.
for him on that, by the
It
way.
is him.
Oh my God.
What's the name?
No way.
Justin Kurix.
Show it back to the camera.
That's him.
No way.
That's potion seller.
No way.
That's
Anyway,
wild.
Yeah, no, it still hasn't sunk in because I just haven't had a minute to like decompress.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm getting married.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild when I experience you finally having let that sink in.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna just be like,
My wife.
for that.
She's been texting me pictures of the ring just as she's doing things. She's very excited about it.
You know what? That's a good thing. It's a good level of excitement to see.
It was cute. It was a fun little set. Do you know how expensive dinner is for 9 people?
Yeah, it's got to be at least like
Oh,
600.
Oh boy.
That's what I said at
not
least.
counting the
Not counting the tip. Yeah, so that was fellas, pizza party for the engagement. That's my recommendation.
I feel like that's not. I feel like you got to prepare to save up for the proper. dinner.
Probably I didn't think to do that.
That's okay.
There was a lot going on.
That's fair.
We're leaving in 2 days to go to Montana, where we'll be scouting locations for the Colt Ranch.
It's in the title.
What?
You don't have to hide it anymore.
my aunt has a place in Kentucky, so I mean,
We can't do Kentucky.
We can't do Kentucky.
why? You don't have to interact with anybody.
We can't do Kentucky.
We can't do Kentucky.
Whatever.
Steven and Gabby could do Kentucky.
They could.
They do Kentucky. They live there. Why can't you do Kentucky?
Primarily in support of you.
Oh, okay, no. Yeah, that's a good point.
I also don't like being more than 3 hours away from an ocean. So
Yeah, you really are big on the whole water thing.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to handle that. It's kind of hard to build a Colt ranch within 3 hours of an ocean.
Well, the nice thing is that if I ever get the time to get a pilot's license, I can then learn to fly and come visit.
That's
the
true.
ranch.
So are you gonna buy a plane that works off the bat?
No.
Okay. All right. I shouldn't even be surprised. Anyway, this conversation has been sponsored by Fume. Fume.
The thing that Mattis needs when he talks to me about my vehicles.
Yes.
Can I try that?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to? It's not drugs, for the record.
Do you want to explain what it is before giving it
It's
to
a
Sophie?
flavored air device.
You want to show him what's inside?
Flavor for the air.
Actually, I have hand sanitizer.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. That's not the cinnamon one. That's raspberry. It's raspberry lemon. I just used it early. It's raspberry lemon,
But it smells like.
but it's raspberry lemon. Are we allowed to talk about the thing yet, or does that have to wait until August?
Well, he talked about it last week, so.
Well, we didn't go like we said there was a thing. We didn't really explain what the thing is. Discord is definitely better than trying to do it via email, but it's still not totally functional.
No, there's not really a good way to organize anything currently.
Yeah, that's how it is. That do be how it is.
No.
You good?
What are
Do you hear
doing?
this?
I'm kind of just trying to get the taste.
You're treating it like
You're
that
not
one.
sucking hard enough.
That doesn't do anything.
Okay, I
No,
don't
it's-
know.
it-
I don't know how you could fail to use a fume.
I'm using it correctly. I think maybe it's just out.
No, you're treating it like the dude who tastes the vanilla ice cream. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
No. Just.
I just did that.
You don't do drugs, do you? What are you expecting to happen?
I thought there would be a little more flavor going on, but I
Well-
kind of get the menthol vibe.
That stick is a rather old one at this point. Probably it's probably dried out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to put the mango one in.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead. This is. Thank God she's going to Ireland.
She's.
No,
done
we're gonna
well.
miss you. We're gonna miss you for 4 months.
Who knows if you'll even get me back?
That's a good point. You might stay in Ireland.
Yeah.
No, I mean, when I come back. will I
Yeah, then
still
we'll have
work
to
for you?
actually pay you in more than just
Yeah.
pieces of communion wafer.
I'm surprised she accepted that. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, you know
She's not even Catholic.
yeah,
Sometimes you need it.
it's not even consecrated. It's really just bread.
You can make good Rice
Bread.
Krispie treats out of them.
Okay, well, I guess that's a good point. All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. It was such a busy weekend, and the MH17 video did so badly that I don't even really know what to talk about for the remainder of the show.
Well, we already do have a lot of super chats.
We could just cover. Yeah, we can just go to super. Oh, okay.
Whoa!
Oh, that's
Do you want to use the dial to adjust the
Oh,
airflow? Maybe you're too open. Archie smells it. Archie smells it. He came over. Archie, come here. Come on, come say hi. Come say hi to the people.
Let's be fair. If
on.
anybody's gonna smell it, it's gonna
Come
be
on,
Archie.
Come on, buddy.
I mean, they can ask me stuff, I guess.
There we go.
I don't know how much
He's
longer
so
I'm going to
good.
be here.
He's such a good boy. He's arrived. What are you looking for still?
I'm looking for the.
I'm guessing if it's this hard to find,
Found
then we
it.
should just err on... Okay, he found it. So say we should just err on the side of caution. How's it looking? Hi, buddy.
I'm not really sure what's
Well-
going on right now.
We're
Me
supposed to
neither.
hint at it on Friday, so we can hint at it now.
Well, we were hinting at it already. Yeah, so we're hinting at things. For those who liked, for those of you who like creepy stuff, as well as the Celtic mythology stuff we've done, and a little bit of Native American stuff, and nuclear energy, you're going to be in for a treat.
Wow, I wonder what all those things have in common.
I don't know, Sophie. He is a baby.
He really is.
He is just being a baby right now. Anyway, I do see a lot of super chats. It would probably be good to start answering those. Let's try and shoot for the questions. Oh my God, he's still driving back from Pennsylvania.
He doesn't actually mean that.
There's no way.
If that, there is no way.
There is no
Thank
way.
God.
We're
Thank
good.
There is,
Gomp.
in fact, no way.
Thank Gomp.
He has a job.
He does.
He left me strawberry milk in the fridge. He gets me.
He has more of a real job than we do.
That's a fair point. Are you staying or going? You seem to be undecided. Okay, you're trying to go. All right, there we go. Good boy. Are there any questions?
No, I mean, are there ever any questions?
No, there aren't.
I'm just gonna run through them.
Okay.
Gom for $2 said he's still driving back from PA. It's been a long drive, and he also followed up for $5 saying post Blobplast update part 1. Mattis stuffs his pants. I watched him do it. Honestly, not surprising considering he thinks fishnets are attractive. Pussy.
I quit. I'm going home.
You can.
I'm going home.
Go to the ranch. Come on. Go on. Go buy one right
I'm
now.
going to start the ranch, and Gomb is going to be the first sacrifice.
No, he's going to be like number 2. And then Aiden's going to be number 3.
Me?
Maybe I'll be number 3.
No, I don't think either of us should be sacrifices. Frankly, I don't think we should.
No, I don't
sacrifice
mean
at all.
sacrifices. I mean like the hierarchy of power.
I think the gals might have a slight problem with you being number 3.
Okay, understand that.
Maybe 5.
That's Archie.
7.
Maybe just take me off the list. Maybe I'm just like an idea that hovers over the lodge.
She's the whatever we worship at the ranch.
I'm the deity.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I still haven't seen Midsummer, but this is sounding way too far like that.
That's a fair point.
Well, we don't really have any old people who are like pushing 75. If we did, they'd have to jump off of rocks.
That's a reference to Midsummer.
I had a feeling it was, but wow, that's really not what I expected from that movie. Anyway,
we were trying to talk about colonialism.
we could continue to try, but every time we attempt to talk about colonialism, we never do.
That's a fair point. I don't know. That's the other problem is like I want to talk about the one we just covered, but I don't want to spoil it.
Aww.
We can talk about it when we get back.
That's true. That's true.
Think about how much more you could look into it.
Wait, are you going to be gone next Monday?
Yeah.
Yo, yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So just so you guys
Okay.
know, that's part of the reason that we're like totally frazzled right now and struggling to be coherent. On Thursday, Aiden and I leave to drive to Bozeman, Montana. And then we're gonna be in Yellowstone for 5 days. And then we're gonna be in Bozeman for 2 days. And then we're gonna be in Yellowstone for 5 days. And then we're gonna drive back from Montana. So this is probably the last episode of the show for like 3 weeks.
Except for one possible one on that Monday we have off.
Yeah, we're gonna try. And bring what equipment I have. But yeah. Also, I am being interviewed for a podcast on the Smiley Face Killers,
Yay!
an iHeartRadio podcast. So be on the lookout for that.
Oh, is that our iHeartRadio one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? Oh yeah.
I just mean like, oh yeah, baby. Woo.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. I really want to do something on those 3 colonies from the early British expansion period, because it actually makes me kind of sad, because if the one in Maine had succeeded, the Puritans would not have been the first ones to set up a colony in New England, and history would be a much different thing. Like if this colony had succeeded, the Salem witch trials wouldn't have happened.
Really?
Yeah.
And dancing wouldn't have been outlawed.
Was that actually ever a thing?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, so Puritans were okay, here we're gonna get fun here, all right, ready? Aiden, what do you know about the Reformation?
Martin Luther was involved.
See, we're still staying on like cult religion topics.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's working.
Yeah, so Martin Luther, right? 1517.
Yeah. Roughly 1500s is all I knew, but I knew Martin Luther essentially had a problem with the Catholic Church, saying that it was
He
strange.
had 95 of them.
95.
I got 95 theses, but a pope ain't one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the door.
Yeah, and he started the Protestant Reformation, or at least initiated that wave of Christianity as a form to get back to true Christianity, because they felt that the Catholic Church had strayed too far.
There's definitely an Ed Sheeran parody to be made about the Reformation. Yeah, because he's got the one song, the "Don't with my love," like that one. You know what I'm talking about? The one.
Don't with my love.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the song, but you know how there's the line
Don't.
where what? Don't? Okay, there you go. Where it's the knock, knock, knock on my hotel door, like
Yeah.
on the church room door. I'll write it. I'll make it happen.
On the cathedral door.
Yeah. Archie, it was me. See, it's me. Do you see how this works? Okay, you don't get the
He
concept.
doesn't understand.
He doesn't have the vision.
He really just growled.
Yeah. So no, the way the Reformation happened is that Martin Luther had a number of problems with the Catholic Church. The big one was with the sale of indulgences. Are you familiar with the indulgences?
Was that the equivalent, essentially, of paying to get rid of your sins to get into heaven?
That's generally how it's framed. Catholics will argue that it wasn't that. Lutherans will argue it was absolutely that. It was kind of something in the middle. The idea was that you were giving something material up, like your wealth, and that was a way to do penance, essentially. The problem is that what originated as like, Father, I have sinned, what can I do? And they're like, well, give some of your wealth to the church. Like, we'll use it for alms and doing the right thing and all that. Then some churches, some priests, some bishops started being like, well, you can just buy these. Like, it doesn't have to be penance. It doesn't, you came to confession. You can, like, if you're just worried, you can just buy some indulgences. So it became a pretty widespread problem. Martin Luther had a problem with it, and then
So it's basically like every time you sin, you punch your ticket.
Yeah. Wasn't how it was supposed to go down, but it eventually turned into that. So that was one of the main causes of the Reformation. There were a number of other things involved in the 95 Theses. The church had a Council of Trent about it. But in between 1517 and I think 51? 1553, somewhere in there, there was a period of just Reformation going on. There were, and Luther wasn't the only one. Luther had a specific set of ideas, and then there's this guy, John Calvin, who had a bunch of other ideas, the main one of which was predestination. And he was basically like, yeah, so nobody is capable of achieving salvation on their own. Everybody who does so by the grace of God, which doesn't totally depart from Christian theology, from Catholic theology. The idea is like, you do have the free will to sin. You have the free will to request forgiveness from sin, and forgiveness only comes from God. Therefore, only through God can you be saved.
Born a sinner.
Just you saying that while holding Archie, who looks so clueless.
He does, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he is.
He is, but yeah. And this is a very bird's eye view. Don't get mad at me in the comments about how this isn't like a perfect representation. Anyway, the biggest difference between Calvinism and the rest of the Christianity is that the rest of us believe anybody has the free will to be saved. Nobody is born predestined to damnation. That doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Calvinists, to an extent, Calvin held that is kind of a thing. A lot of Calvinists will argue I'm misinterpreting this. I would argue a lot of Calvinists are doing some mental gymnastics to avoid it, but this isn't a religion show. This is a show about stuff.
Religion is stuff.
Yeah. But so while all of this is going on the continent, the English have a channel. And so it doesn't really cross the channel in the same way. Nor does the English Reformation happen in quite the same way. Are you familiar with the English Reformation?
No.
So King Henry was having a problem having sons.
Hey.
And he wanted to have sons, and his wife wasn't giving him sons. And his wife was Catherine of Aragon. Catherine of Aragon was, I believe, the aunt of the Holy Roman Emperor. And so that's a pretty powerful position. That's a pretty important marriage if you're the Holy Roman Emperor, the King of England, and your aunt. So Henry, unable to have children, goes to, and he himself was able to have children because he had them with other women. Henry goes to the Pope and he says, "Hey, Big Papa."
Had he had sons with other women?
I can't remember if he and Catherine ever had any children.
Okay.
This is getting outside of my period of expertise.
I think she might have.
If she did, they were girls.
Daughter, yeah, but he was.
I was gonna say, did anybody ever consider it was his fault?
It was not. He did eventually have a son.
Got it.
I think, right? Edward?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes to the Pope and he's like, "Hey, Big Papa, can you annul my marriage? You've done it. I've seen what you've done for others. Can you do that for me?" And the Pope was like, the Bible kind of says divorce is a no-no. Pay no attention to the litany of divorces I've granted as the seat of Peter over the millennia. Like, ignore that. Don't pay any attention to the fact that we've been totally okay with divorce if it serves our political ends forever.
Could give you an annulment if you
Exactly.
didn't necessarily, do the deed.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, I just can't. So he's like, I don't know. I can't. It's the Bible. And Henry's like, are you sure it's not the Holy Roman Imperial Army sitting outside of the city of Rome? And the Pope was like, what Holy Roman Imperial Army sitting outside the vicinity of the city of Rome? And if you're familiar with the song The Last Stand by Sabaton, it's that Holy Roman Imperial Army sitting outside the city of Rome. So the Pope is like, no, it's a biblical thing. And Henry's like, well, obviously it's that you don't want Rome to get sacked by that army that's sitting outside the city of Rome. So the Pope won't give him the annulment. And so Henry's like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a church now.
Did he think to talk to the nephew?
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, 350-ish years before that, his ancestor actually had mediated another problem between the Holy Roman Empire and the papacy. This just went on. Oh, it was just constant problems. But also there was no talking to him because he was going to be like, no, you're married to my family. You have to stay that way because it was good for him. So King Henry goes, I'm going to start my own church, which was really him saying, I'm going to have the Catholic Church just without the Pope.
How'd that work out?
Pretty well for him. He got divorced. And then he got another wife, but had problems with her. And then he got another wife, but had problems with her. And then he got another wife and had problems with her. And then he got another wife and had problems with her. And then he got a wife.
His third wife gave him his son.
Yes.
And then she died promptly.
Yeah. Right. I forgot that. Yeah. What was it? Divorced,
beheaded, died.
Yeah.
Divorced, beheaded,
survived. Yeah. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
I can talk about that for hours.
These are all different people.
His 6 wives.
Okay.
Yeah. So Catholics like to be, Roman Catholics like to be like, hey, your church is about divorce. You had old horny Henry over there, couldn't keep it in his pants. You just had to get divorced, and now the English church is that. Except for the part where Edward did in fact remain Protestant, as did Elizabeth, but we don't really know much about her theological opinions. And then Mary, when she took over for Elizabeth, was like, we're Catholic again.
Oh.
Yeah. So then the English church returned to be part of the Roman church, and then after Mary, the English Reformation actually happened. The Church of England is actually established, and Canterbury separates from Rome. But here's the thing about the English Reformation. Because it happened so much later than the other ones, and because Catholicism was like still very strongly in play in England, and their Reformation originally wasn't even about theology. It was more about the authority of the Pope. The English Reformation wasn't super coherent at first. So they come out with something called the 39 Articles that are basically so that you have confessional and creedal denominations of Protestantism. Creedal denominations are basically like we hold to these creeds and sacraments. Confessionals are more like we hold to this list of things we hold. 39 Articles are a really interesting document. You know why?
Why?
They are deliberately written to work both with Calvinism and Arminianism, which are two conflicting Protestant belief systems.
What is Arminianism?
It's basically opposite of Calvinism. It's the free will side of things.
Got it.
So you have the free will to be saved. You have the free will to not be saved. There is nobody is predestined to damnation. Dancing is okay.
Again, can we come back to this? When and where was dancing actually outlawed?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, well, there was like the American colony, like the Protestants.
The Puritans did not
Puritans
dance.
Were very much like any fun. It was basically like fun.
Fun leads to sin.
Leads
Sin leads to hell.
Yeah. you can't sing. There'll be no singing. There'll be no dancing.
Kind of like the whole footloose of the religious world.
Yeah, no. I was imagining that Footloose was based on a form of location or whatever that had some remnants of that.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a bit exaggerated.
To an extent, but the Puritans were, you got to remember, this is a group of people who were so upset that the Reformation wasn't reformed enough that they crossed an ocean.
How did they reproduce?
Sexually?
Yeah, but like, how do you meet? Were they all just arranged marriages?
Yeah, basically.
So there are not many people there. It's not like you're like, let's go to a dance and then meet somebody. It was more like, you're
Well,
my
that's
neighbor.
the scary thing is they did. Like, there's like 100 people that come over at first, and then 80 years later, there's 50,000 of them.
What?
Yeah. Oh, the Massachusetts Bay Colony they were reproducing like crazy. Well, that's the thing is like you're not allowed to dance, you're not allowed to sing, you're not allowed to play sports, you're not allowed to do anything fun, but if you're married, there's one thing you're allowed to do.
Well, so they really just...
They took be fruitful and multiply and ran with it. But they existed because in England you had the Reformation, where you had the people who wanted to stay Catholic, which was not an insignificant number of people. And they're over here. And then you have the Anglo-Catholics, the Anglicans, and they're right here. And they're like, we like most of the stuff about the Catholic Church, just not the things that happened after the schism with the Orthodoxy. They were like, we see ourselves as being more similar to Orthodox Christians than Romans. And then you had the Puritans who are like, the Catholics are insane, and you guys are insane for not thinking the Catholics are insane. And then everybody else is like, well, actually, wait till you hear what we think about you. And so there were two groups. You had the English separatists and you had the Puritans. Technically, in Britain, the Puritans were the ones who... The people we refer to the Puritans are, if I'm not mistaken, the ones the UK refers to as the English separatists. Both groups had the same ideology, but the Puritans in England believed that they could reform the church through the Church of England, like from the inside. Over in the colonies, they were the English separatists. They separated and came here. So while the Puritans are doing their thing in the Massachusetts Bay, the English are all fighting each other in the Glorious Revolution, trying to decide whether Catholicism, Anglicanism, or Puritanism is going to be the law of the land.
Who won?
The Anglicans, in the end. Well, the Puritans won for a little bit. That was Cromwell. And then they were like, hey, you know what would be really neat and Christian of us is slaughtering the Irish. And Cromwell was like, I am not a monarch. I am a Lord Protector of the realm. And when I die, my son will be Lord Protector of the realm. And they were like, everybody else was like, that's kind of like a hereditary monarchy, isn't it? And he was like,
No.
I don't see what you're talking about. It's kind of like how you keep saying it's a cult and I keep saying it's a ranch.
Got it.
Yeah. It's like, no, this isn't a door. This is a piece of wood that's on hinges that obstructs an opening in the wall. This isn't gain of function research. It's just, you see where I'm going with this. Yeah. So that's a bird's eye view of how the English Reformation happened, I guess.
That's vaguely related to colonialism, so...
Well, yeah, because that's what caused the Puritans to come here. And then we're all like, and they had dinner with the natives. And it was all happy times.
What a lovely
Well,
dinner.
here's the thing. That is 2/3 of the story, as long as you don't add the last act of every colony that existed.
Well, so that, I will say, Roanoke, both sides were the problem.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because you had a small number of the English who pissed off a small number of the natives, and that small number of the natives decided that they were going to use the English presence to pit a whole bunch of their rivals against each other, and that caused a whole bunch of problems. So if Pemisipan had been a little bit more willing to just forgive the English for their transgressions, I don't believe they actually killed anybody. I don't think the English purposefully killed anybody at first. I think they, like, burned a village to the ground. But it wasn't like they didn't murder anybody doing it. It was more about sending a message about, if you steal our stuff, we'll burn your village. Now, granted, they don't appear to have actually stolen anything. Philip Amadis was just kind of a hothead. But so if Permissipan had been able to be like, all right, can we make a deal where you punish that guy? Roanoke might have gone better. There was the problem of disease, but ironically enough, the natives thought that the English priests praying for them were curing them of disease. Just because by the time the priests got there, the disease had kind of run its course. So yeah, at Roanoke, you have a situation where it's like most of the English and most of the natives were pretty cool to just be friends. It was the small number who weren't that were the problem. Then you get to Jamestown, and again, I haven't done enough research on Jamestown to know too much, but at Jamestown, if the Powhatan and the Jamestown colonists could have gotten along better, then things would have gone differently. As you guys will see in a couple of weeks with the Popham colony in Maine, it's basically that just played out in a much more deliberate way, where the leader of the colony, George Popham, understood that he needed to work with the natives, but his much younger second in command, Raleigh Gilbert, who was the nephew of Sir Walter Raleigh, was like, you know what? I think it would be fun to get into a lot of fights.
There's always that one guy.
Yeah. If Gilbert hadn't been there, there's a good chance that that colony would have succeeded. And if that colony succeeded, the Puritans would not have had open territory in New England to go and settle, and the history of that entire region might be a lot different. Now, of course, by the time of the Revolution, the Calvinists were wildly outnumbered.
This would be an interesting topic to bring up on History Unhinged, because I'd love to see Steven's take on this
Yeah.
in conjunction with yours.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up to him.
Sweet.
Be like, hey, Steven, what do you know about Pocahontas?
Did you ever watch Liberty's Kids?
Yeah.
Which
I think one of my favorite movie adaptations of the Pocahontas story is Avatar.
Avatar? As in like the blue
The Blue
ones?
People.
Right.
Avatar with the Blue People is Pocahontas. It is Disney's Pocahontas. Almost point for point. Scene for scene.
Except Pocahontas was like 12 when this all went down, technically.
Yeah, she was not the... Disney really aged her up. They made her look like she was a solid 26.
And then she got married at like, what? 17, something.
She was
Oh,
pretty young, yeah.
my ancestor, I don't know how there's any evidence of this, but my ancestor married them. Her
No
and
way.
John Rolfe. Yeah.
So it's your fault.
She
I'm pretty sure she died really young, too.
did.
Yeah.
In England.
Yeah, she went back to England with John Rolfe and died at like 20.
They whiteified her, then she died.
I am shocked that we have not had a more historically accurate version of that story.
They made a sequel, like a direct-to-video sequel
Yeah.
that was like that.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't mention the dying or like the forced marriage part or
Again, I'm surprised.
They made it into a lot more of a love story than it actually was, because in reality it was more about like establishing peace between the Powhatan Confederacy and the Jamestown colony.
Yeah, that makes sense. Again, I say I'm surprised
Yeah.
in our day and age we haven't had a bigger push to have a more historically accurate version of that story, because it sounds like
It's
it'd
just
be
that
doing great.
most people don't know.
Valid.
Most people are familiar with the Disney version of Pocahontas. And the thing is, the Disney version of Pocahontas does make the settlers the bad guys. There's an entire song where, and it's John
Yeah.
Smith, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Who they did very dirty, I will say that. Like, historically, John Smith was not as bad as he is in the movie.
He was just kind of like misled.
He was trying his best.
I had a huge crush on him as a kid.
That's special. But yeah, there's an entire song in the Pocahontas movie where they're like, savages, savages, barely even human. Yeah. And they say, savages, savages, drive them from our shores. And it's like, brother, you're never going to believe where you are. Like,
Your shores?
like, whoa, they're not in Plymouth. They're not on the Thames. You're actually in their spot. But also the spot that Jamestown was founded on was an area the natives didn't go.
Do we know why they didn't go there?
It was bad land. It wasn't good land for anything. And the English were like, a perfect place to establish a colony.
And then I'm sure they realized that, hey,
Yeah.
not a lot's growing here. There's not a lot of good here. We have to expand. And then that's probably where conflict started.
I will also say one of my favorite things is reading the accounts of the people who were actually there, especially the ones who were educated but not like aristocrats. Because they get there and they're like, yeah, so we pulled up to Maine. The natives speak French. No idea why, but they speak French here. And then they get way up a river at one point. This is the main one.
Mm-hmm.
And Gilbert and his dudes are chilling on the one shore, and some guys come across the other side of the shore and start yelling at him in English.
Oh,
Broken English, but English. And Gilbert's like, pardon?
Pardon?
What? Also, I have to read everything in Shakespearean English. Shakespeare was alive when all of this was going on, wasn't he? Am I mistaken in that?
No, he was 1600s.
Shakespeare died in 1616, right?
He was 1600s.
Yeah, so Shakespeare is writing his...
S's.
The fact that there's not a Shakespeare play about Roanoke is a tragedy.
He didn't know what the hell was going on. He was doing his own thing.
Yeah.
it was probably, well, because wasn't Romeo and Juliet was heavily based off of Mark Antony and Cleopatra, wasn't it?
Romeo and Juliet,
Can you write
if
something?
I remember correctly, was actually based off of an Italian folk story.
Okay. Because I know that from what I've gathered recently is that some of his stories were of more historical
Yeah.
basis. So
You might be thinking about Julius Caesar,
yeah, it might have been Caesar and
because there is a Julius Caesar is a Shakespeare play. Oh my gosh. Who's that? Oh my god, it's my fiance. Do you want to show off the ring?
I was gonna say, come in.
I figured you wanted to show off the ring. Here she comes.
Where do I show it?
I don't
That
know.
camera.
Where's that camera?
Can you see it? Probably not.
they can.
It's very small in the view, but
You can't see it.
you can approach. Here, go over to Sophie's camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do it here.
Switching cameras, guys. Where's Sophie's camera? Okay. Can we see it?
Yes.
It's very
Dude,
small,
get
but
closer. Oh no, the shadow. Okay. There we go. There we go.
can you guys tell she's excited?
Ah, ooh, exactly. Do it, do it.
Ooh.
The girls are enjoying the ring moment.
As was bound
Word.
to happen.
Yeah. It has 26 diamonds on it.
Stop flaunting yourself like it has 26 diamonds on it.
What's that? Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, no, he did write. Okay, he did write Antony and Cleopatra.
Hi.
Like that's a play.
Oh, he did.
Oh, okay. So there
That's what I
actually was
thought.
one.
Yeah.
All right,
Good.
I'm gonna
Also,
put myself off camera.
okay. As we learned earlier, Sophie, who did you have a crush on when you were a child?
I had a crush on the character
John Rolfe.
John Smith.
John Smith.
John Smith. I don't know when I was.
Amanda, what did you want to be a professional one of when you were a child? Say it.
From about the ages of 8 to 12, my dream job was a historical reenactor at Colonial Williamsburg.
There's a reason you two were together.
Yeah. Yeah, this fits. But she's a very special young woman.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Pocahontas?
She also sprained her toe.
I did.
So it wasn't a break, it was a sprain.
Well, yeah, so like to be determined if it actually is a break, because sometimes very small fractures won't show up until like a week after, but as of right now, it is in fact
Which toe was it?
bad sprain. My fourth toe on my right foot. We also discovered.
Yeah, she's deformed. She's a mutant.
We also discovered that in my last two toes on my right foot, I only have 2 bones instead of 3.
Cool.
Assuming that her left foot is symmetrical, that means she has only 202 bones, as opposed to the normal 206.
found that out this morning at urgent care.
Everybody's different.
I'm assuming that our children will have 2.5 in each toe.
What, split the difference?
Yeah.
Would the half not count as a 1?
I don't know. I'm not an anatomist, an animatologist,
Anatomist? Sorry.
an animatographer. I don't know. What are people who study anatomy called?
Scientists, doctors.
Okay.
Biologist.
Anatomical biologists, probably.
Yeah.
I like animatographers better.
Honestly, that was my
Cinematographer,
favorite
yeah,
one. that
You're
you said.
mapping the body, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
She gets it.
It's because she's using the fume.
Yes, it's 'cause she's using the
Because I'm
fume.
using today's sponsor,
All right.
Fume.
The tacos actually are ready for you to pick up in not yet.
Oh, I have to go pick them up.
Did
Well-
you order more tacos?
I sort of forgot about the toe issue while I was ordering you your tacos. I ordered them to be ready at 8:30. I'll see how they're doing.
That's okay. I'll just,
They say they'll be ready at 8:40.
Okay. Well, that's
You said you were going to be here at 8:30.
that's okay.
And I meant to text you and be like, okay, stop by Three Brothers and pick up your tacos. But I forgot to do that.
That's okay.
I made an
I'll just-
oopsie.
I'll just have a seat.
Okay.
I had Mexican and
We can send somebody to go
yesterday
we can
anyway.
send Sophie to get your tacos. She's paid to do this.
That's true.
yeah, I'll take a stroll.
Okay.
I'll take Sophie's.
All right.
share.
I'll let you guys know when it's time. But it is time to go to Super Chats.
We do, in fact.
I
have
managed to
many.
hold that off long enough to a reasonable time.
There we go.
Ah.
Also, for everybody who has been sending super chats, thank you very much. But we are going to have to cut them off at 8:10 because we have already so many of them.
So very many of them.
And we are very grateful. But at the end of the day, we do need to cut off time because I still have a lot of work I have to get done.
He does.
Anyway,
He's doing so good, guys.
thank you. So we did both GOM super chats. Next is Tyler Downreport for 556. Nice. That says, congrats on the engagement, buddy. So anyway, would you all consider doing DMT? It only lasts about a minute when smoked. Tastes like burnt tires, though.
Fun fact, in college, I accidentally did do DMT.
This is new information.
I've told you this. It's when I saw the rhombus beings.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The
My
who?
friends did not tell me it was a DMT vape. I didn't know they made those.
I was just going to say, I'm shocked that that is a thing that would be...
I was
Existence.
very surprised myself. It was not a good time. Yeah, I saw the rhombus beings and they spoke to me. They were in the walls.
Do you remember what they said?
No. Sydney said she saw cats. You remember Sydney?
I do.
And then Tyler had been hanging out upstairs and he came downstairs and we were like, Tyler, how'd that go for you? And he was like, I saw Anubis. I went, Tyler, you shouldn't do DMT anymore. You've seen the Egyptian god of death, who I now know is in fact the Egyptian god of like judgment. But at the time, still, like, you probably shouldn't. If you do a drug and it makes you see the Egyptian god who judges the dead,
It's like seeing the fates.
it's probably not a thing you should do more of.
Better than seeing Medusa.
Well, that would turn you to stone. So.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
Rums Trains for $2 says, I volunteer as a skinwalker breeding subject.
Who you
this is not the right department for whatever that is.
We're not anatomographers.
Tomographers.
Rums Trains for $2. I just read that one. Gom said for $5 more. Post Blobfest update part 2. Thornbussy, I am Boy Preggers and I really need you to call me ASAP. We need to have a talk about the future. I know it's you. Tyler Downrumper for 569 said, also, would you be interested in looking into the lizard people, historically and modern conspiracies?
Okay. Yeah, you know what? At this point, maybe we do need a video on the lizard people conspiracy.
It's been around long enough.
Yeah. I'm so scared of covering conspiracy theories because every once in a while YouTube thinks that we're endorsing it and then they put us in the timeout chair. I'm hoping that didn't just happen again.
Hi, we are not endorsing conspiracy theories anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We even told our rep at one point, we were like, hey, we have the data that shows that YouTube throttled our views after this video came out. We think it's because your algorithm thought we were endorsing the flat earth conspiracy. Could you take a look at that? And they were like, what? and then didn't really do anything about it.
No.
Yeah, it was like, we don't do that.
They did the same thing with Philadelphia Experiment. You can only say a certain word so many times before YouTube is like, you go in the naughty chair for several months.
Thanks, whatever Paul brother did that.
Yeah, it was great.
Griff for $20 says, I humbly
Logan.
request.
I think that was Logan.
That makes sense.
It was Logan. He was wearing a Toy Story hat.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what the other brother's name was.
Jake.
No, that's the one I remembered.
Logan. I don't really know I don't know which one of them is a father now, but one of them's a father. Either of them did wrestling in the last 3 years.
I'm so glad I know nothing of this
I don't really know
family.
what's going on.
All I know is that Griff gave us $20 to ask, I humbly request that being the cult leader sergeant at arms, what will be my armory budget? Can we buy the M2 Browning? I'd at you with it in Weapon Ward. We also need to keep JMO away from the guns. He keeps pouring milk on them. Followed up by $5 saying, speaking of auctions, wish me luck on this Remington Model 8 I'm bidding on. Please bless my auction with Milksia.
I have no comment on most of that, but I do need to look up what the Remington Model 8 looks like because I can't recall off the top of my head.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that. That's pretty. It's a semi-automatic one. It's sort of an early semi-automatic.
Frank for $5 says, I'm a one cult at a time kind of guy, and mine is run by the Archbishop of Canterbury. Thank you very much.
There is no Archbishop of Canterbury right now.
When was
He
the last time?
resigned earlier this year.
He did?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he failed to properly investigate some
Things.
rather Catholic abuses.
Mm.
That checks out.
It's a shame he's
He
allowed
also
to
was
just
not
resign.
popular with the more conservative members of the church for a number of reasons. So that was kind of just like the last straw.
That makes sense.
Well, he didn't do any of it himself. He just didn't properly, like...
But he knew about it.
It appears that he knew enough that he should have removed people from their posts, and didn't. So...
John Smith abuse scandal. Another John Smith. Perhaps it's John Smythe.
I also think it's just there are so many people named John Smith that a good number of them are going to be bad.
Yeah, I feel like part of the reason why his name was changed to John Smith in the Disney Pocahontas was to kind of emphasize that he was supposed to be somewhat of an everyman for that period of time.
Was he John Smith in Pocahontas?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can quote myself as a
Wait, then
3 or
who was
4-year-old.
the governor?
Fat.
Yeah, the fat guy. I thought he was John Smith.
No, John Smith is the blonde one.
Oh, so they made John Rolfe into John Smith.
But then they did have John Rolfe in the second movie. So he's not supposed to, because they don't get married, I don't think.
I don't think so. All right, okay. Anyway.
Ella the Sasquatch with a shotgun for $10 says, spent the weekend at an airsoft LARP event. Hope you guys can
sounds
come
fun.
to next year's one. I'm planning to run a self-proclaimed Bigfoot worshipping bandit wizard next year.
Ratliff.
In Airsoft?
I would imagine.
Airsoft wizard?
No idea how that works.
I mean, I am
Did
down
say it
for
was
some
an airsoft LARP
Yeah,
event,
I'm
so.
down for some airsoft. It's been a while. But I do miss it. I have no idea what happened to my gun. It was a really nice G&G. It's probably somewhere at my parents'.
Billy Zane played John Rolfe.
What?
You make me
Oh,
feel
also, you
upset.
got to try the Magic Spoon granola.
I have. They're good.
The ones that they sent us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, very good. Abba Stoll for $2 says, glad to join your cult. Just don't make it Far Cry 5.
Well, I have terrible news for you.
Yeah.
Why would you not want us to be the good guys from Far Cry 5? I have not played Far Cry 5. I just really like the one song. I can't bring myself to play Far Cry 5 because I already empathize with the bad guys too much.
Moving swiftly along, RB Irrigation Installer for 223 Nice says, will ranch cultists be able to drill the third hole? Don't know what that means.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know if you
I
should.
don't think you should.
I don't think I should
I think you
either.
should just assume and then move on.
What does that mean? Oh, yeah. For legal reasons, I'm gonna say no.
Don't tell me. I don't.
There's
I
a
don't need to-
super secret hole you can drill that turns something that goes into something that goes.
Got it.
Yeah.
What?
Don't worry about it. Your hair looks nice.
Duo Black Rose for $5 says, "Congratulations on the engagement, Mattis."
Thank you.
Thanks.
She's over there.
I'm over here.
She's seated.
Can't
Sit.
see, but you can hear me.
You know what? That is most of my life.
Fair.
I'll be working, and she's just in the other room yapping. Yeah. I signed up for that, though.
Knowingly and willingly.
The house would be strangely quiet if she were not there yapping.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Although not all the time, because Ella and Archie like to yap as well. Neither of them have had dinner. She'll get it, though. She'll be fine. She'll just be a little annoyed with me for making her wait an extra hour.
She'll get over it.
She will, very quickly.
Stealthy Knockdown for 1776. Nice. Says, "Sign me up for the ranch. Congrats on the engagement, Mattis. Have you guys thought about making a video following the journey of Lewis and Clark? I'm from Washington, so we have a lot of Lewis and Clark stuff."
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. We have 60 hours in the car in the next month that I am going to spend reading several books on Lewis and Clark, specifically because Meriwether Lewis may have been murdered.
What?
There is a 200-year-old mystery surrounding the death of Meriwether Lewis because he was found in his cabin that he had rented with 2 gunshot wounds and I believe only 1 pistol. And this is pre-revolver. One of the wounds was in his stomach. I think the other was like in his back or something. And there were some accounts of people who said they heard a struggle.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it might have been a murder. Sounds like it was a murder.
Well, so he was going through a lot. There were some signs that he was mentally unwell. That the stress of running, I believe, God, I want to say it was like the Missouri Territory or something. He had been appointed governor of one of the Louisiana Purchase territories, and he had been struggling with it. He was having a lot of trouble. There were some accounts that he was depressed. So the story is that he ended it himself, and that he had been, mentally unstable for a while at that point. But also the way the whole thing was handled was pretty suspicious. So, also there were 2 people at the time named Meriwether Lewis. Aside from him, they were his son, Meriwether Lewis Jr., and Clark's son, Meriwether Lewis Clark.
Mm.
They weren't gay at all.
They were not. But they were besties. It's kind of like us.
Exactly.
Hi, buddy.
Gomb says, "Blobfest update part 3. Mattis is 8.8% French."
You
Boo.
weren't supposed to tell them.
They saw it anyway.
You weren't supposed to tell them. You've betrayed me.
We can lobotomize it out of you.
Is there a way for me to remove the French? Because here's the thing. If the 8.8% French is a section of skin, I can get a graft.
Target the French DNA. Stick. Never mind.
Are the French the reason I don't have good facial hair?
No, it's probably the Irish.
I've never met a French guy with good facial hair. It crashed.
Fair enough. I
What are you eating?
haven't met enough French people to be able to give you a good idea on that one.
They're all like, "Oh, I am French. I am married, but I like to have mistresses. And in my culture, this is okay."
Oh, this is a weird
part of
mix
France are you from?
Schwarzenegger.
Paris. We did not have an age of consent until 2017.
That's pretty wicked.
We also hate Muslims really a lot.
Yeah.
The French hate everybody.
Which is ironic because they also do not have an age of consent.
You guys want shovels?
I think that actually might be why they established one. If I remember correctly, don't look at me. It's in the hadiths.
Scrap King Carson's asking me what kind of trains I like, and model trains in particular. I own HO, but I like a lot of them. I grew up with O-scale. Not really using any of them right now, though. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm digging the hole further here, but I think I do need to say this just so that people know I'm not making a stereotype. Sahih al-Bukhari 5134. Muhammad married a 9-year-old. That is canon in Islam. That wasn't me making something up. That wasn't me stereotyping. That was a direct reference to an actual theological point.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
Gibby for $20 says,
Gimme.
my family goes up north camping near where Jordan Grider went missing, and I've always heard it pronounced Ely.
Yeah, I was wrong about that. I was corrected by Rob from Avoiding Babylon.
Also, I've been watching for 4 years, and I still don't know what the milk thing is about. Explain?
Bro, I don't think I know what the milk thing is about at this point.
No, it just started. Somebody put milk in a live stream chat early on, and then a bunch of other people started doing it.
About Wendigo milk.
Yeah.
Also, Chimp said he's pulling his French out.
Cave Coding for $10 says, Lore Lads and Lady, while recent true crime, would you look at the case of Karen Reed and the death of John O'Keefe? It's a great example of bad police work making a case impossible to definitely prove.
What was this one?
Essentially, just can we look at the case of Karen Reed and the death of John O'Keefe? Because it's bad police work.
Yeah. I think the Karen Reed case is over now, right?
I'm not sure.
Maybe not.
I don't know. But I do know that Slow 73 for $1.99 says, at work, can't stay to watch Pets for Archie. Thank you.
Aw.
RB Irrigation Installer for $2.56 says, best camo pattern for hiding from Appalachian cryptids. Blue if you're going by the snow shovel method.
Yeah. I mean, green? There's a lot of green.
There is a lot of green.
Camouflage. I would say green.
Yeah. JMO, the Preacher of the Milk for $20 says, the milk giveth lore. In the Vinland saga, there were many berserkers. Those not amongst these men were evangelins. Their use of medicine knew no equal. The rest were known as Highbane, beautiful as angels and odd as stars.
Thanks, JMO, I think.
I figured he was going to come down on you about Berserk again.
Yeah. All right.
Jasper Daddy Falcor for $5 says, would the Vietnam War have happened if Wilson wouldn't have snubbed a young Ho Chi Minh?
That's a question for Fat Electrician more than me.
Mm.
I think there were a lot of other factors, though, that probably led to Ho Chi Minh being Ho Chi Minh. Like us not taking out Russia after we took out Germany. Just a quick clarifier, by the way, because I've been seeing it online. I don't think anybody in our audience really needs to have this clarified, but in case somebody brings it up to you, I believe it was Patton. It was either Patton or Churchill who said we have defeated the wrong enemy after World War II, after we defeated Germany. What he meant by that wasn't we should have let Germany do its thing. It was we should have taken the opportunity to wipe out Russia too. He was not saying the fascists were the good guys. He was saying we should have also taken out the Russians. He was saying communism and fascism are both bad things. It was not. He was not making a pro-Nazi statement. Didn't think that needed to be clarified, but Twitter has taught me that everything needs to be clarified.
Sure. Registered guest for $5 says, I feel like an old man, but Aiden is always louder than Handsome Aiden and the intern's mics. Could the other two of you yell more or adjust the sound?
Why
Trust
is
me.
he Handsome Aiden?
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't like the way you said that. You're like, I don't know.
No, it's more just like, I don't know, maybe
Yep.
I'm Twink Aiden as well, so maybe it's the feminineness.
I don't know. Part of it is probably just that I'm a loud person.
Yeah, trust me.
I can't hear very well.
If I could move the camera right now, I would show you I actually have everything adjusted and dialed, so that way Sophie and I's mics are more sensitive. It's just that due to many years of theater
Yeah.
and singing,
I'm also just deaf.
he naturally projects, and also it has ruined his hearing, so he generally talks at a louder volume in general.
Yeah, their dials are both higher than mine.
Yeah. I am a generally more soft-spoken person, and I guess, well, no, because you've acted and done things.
Well, I mean, I feel like when I'm in front of I don't need to project into an audience.
Yeah.
I'm talking into a mic.
We'll talk louder.
This is like when you're in a studio, you always got to eat the mic.
Also, in case people, because the number of viewers is higher now than it was early in the show, if you have any interest in helping me make a video game, check out the link in the pinned chat.
Yeah.
We definitely need people who can do scripting. That's one of the more important positions. And when I say scripting, I don't mean like character scripting. I mean like coding.
Duo Black Rose said, do you think maybe the Russians shut it down?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Neither do I. Maybe
Video,
MH17?
maybe?
If you say about MH17, then I think it was definitely a Russian missile.
Yeah, I mean, you give a pretty
Yeah.
consistent conclusion in the video itself.
It did not seem. A lot of people said that it's there were the fire hose method with Russia just putting out a whole bunch of possibilities. After reading through everything, it did seem to me more like the Russians genuinely didn't know what happened. Especially when you take into account the fact that the rebels did immediately claim they had shot down a transport plane, only to realize they had shot down a civilian airliner. So I think Occam's razor is that the rebels accidentally shot down a civilian airliner thinking it was a transport.
Makes sense. Historian Julie is giving us $10 for the donation to the Cult Ranch.
Woo!
Nextus for $20 says, thank you guys for sponsoring something like Fume. My grandma's only got a few weeks left because of smoking-related cancer, and it makes me feel better seeing you guys spreading awareness for a way for people to stop smoking.
We want to stop people from smoking. Smoking's bad for you.
It is indeed.
Mhm.
It's a shame that it makes you look so damn cool. If they made cigarettes look a lot more lame, it would probably help.
It's just the oral fixation. I'm sorry, is there a problem with that?
I don't know. Somehow, I don't know. My brain broke for a second. It's been a long few days, man.
Mm-hmm. Mary Burb, for some form of currency of 25, says, all I want to say is that Amanda is one lucky woman. Dan Mattis is looking so good and cuddly.
So true. He's all mine.
Thank you.
Duo Black Rose is saying, I assume for your game, call it Oregon Trail Plus.
Well, so the name I was going with is Bitterroot because I wanted to have it take place in the Bitterroot Mountains.
Makes sense. Gomb is saying that during Blobfest, I was found to have a more rotund rump, and he's going to
You?
continue to lift more to try and combat me.
For the record, I was not present when they decided to compare booties.
I think he was nerfed because he had jeans on.
That's really cute.
So,
Take a picture of that.
I don't know. We were just standing in a room, and he was like, everybody, whose is better? Then everybody said mine.
Glad I wasn't there.
I think the room may have been a little biased. primarily just to make Gomb upset. So Daniel Franken Henry Jr. for 556 says, oh wait, no, hang on, I skipped one. Jacob Baker for $10 says, guys, please pray for my wife and I. She's 4 weeks pregnant and now she's bleeding.
Ooh.
Went to the doctor and they said her HCG levels are low and another blood test is going to be done in 2 days. We very much hope for the best.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means,
Nor
but
do I,
I'm
but I'd
wishing the
imagine
best for
so.
you.
Well,
It's
I'm praying for you.
okay. There we go.
Yes.
I don't really pray, but I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you.
He's
manifesting
still listening,
for
even
you.
if you don't believe in him.
Hey, baby.
I don't think that was not really what I was going for,
I
but
know.
all right.
It's okay. And then now Daniel Franklin Henry Jr. for 556 says, we need to be able to milk a Wendigo in the video game. Also, congrats on the engagement, Mattis.
Thank you.
Thoughts on the other half of that?
You'll be able to milk something in the video game, like a cow
Okay, there
or
you
a
go.
goat.
Waffles Cowpig for $5 says, evening, Lord Lads and glorious intern. Update from a living alone. Friend moved in. His girlfriend joins at EOM. End of month, I imagine. There are 3 couches. Semper Gumby. Cat is good.
Yay.
That was what?
That was a hell of an update. Thank you.
I
Is
think
that
3
something from
couches.
when I was not here?
I don't know.
Actually, I think one of the first ones was when it was just me and Aiden.
Yeah, because that caught me off. I don't know what any of that was about, but good for you.
There we go.
Also, for those who are interested in helping with the game, I am very heavily leaning towards using Bellwright, if possible. But we'll see if there's something else that's better. Like Red Dead might be better. I don't know.
Gurk is saying, just wondering if you've checked out Abiotic Factor at all. It's a super fun game and is fully releasing tomorrow, multiplayer as well.
I have never heard of it, but I will take a look.
The Mangled Wither for $10 says, hey, glad to catch another live stream while heading into work. You guys have been helping me just kind of laugh with everything going on with my dad being in the hospital since last week, so here's $10.
Ooh,
Thank you very much. I hope the best for your dad.
A lot of you guys are going through it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Mercury's in retrograde.
yeah. If you got also like if there's ever a position
Mercury
where
is in Gatorade.
yes, if there's ever a position where you feel like super chatting to say something, but you could use the money, keep it.
Yeah.
We are honored, but y'all's lives are more important
Yes.
than our show.
That said, if there's like something where it's, that you have a GoFundMe that you would like people to know about, go for it, because that way it should pay itself back.
Yes.
And we can hawk it for you.
Yes. Yeah, we're always happy to do that. Sergeant Buck has been a member for 10 months. Okay. Thank you. EK for $5 says, off topic, why Angle Catho? I remember you were considering orthodoxy. Also, best source of milk that's not mammal.
What?
Asking specifically me and you.
He probably knows I don't drink non-mammalian milks.
Got it.
I'm partial to a barista blend oat milk. I don't know how great. I mean, like oat and almond milk takes up a lot of water.
Yeah.
Like there's no really great milk alternative right now, but I like the taste. I hate almond milk, but I like the taste of oat milk, and I will enjoy that on its own or in a coffee, personally.
I barely like the taste of milk, but I like products that have milk in them. So whenever I get a latte or something like that or a cappuccino, it's really just whole milk. If they don't have whole milk, then I'll just take whatever. I usually drink coffee black anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I drink real milk from cows.
What about the question about you being an Anglican Catholic versus Orthodoxy, considering you were looking into it?
I don't. Part of it was I think the same. I had some of the same problems with Orthodoxy that I think a lot of people have, in that it is, even if it's not a deliberate thing, it does still feel very ethnic. So if you're not Greek, Russian, if you're not a member of a historically Orthodox ethnicity, you can feel sort of out of place. Also, at my local Orthodox church, this is just a practical issue. Services were at 8 a.m. and they were 2 hours long, which is a lot. But most of all, I think it's that just some of the theological aspects didn't match. I am a Methodist for a reason, and the ACC was a place where I could continue to follow the Wesleyan method and be a Christian in the way that's familiar to me, without having to compromise on core theological values. Like everything that I disagree with the Anglican Catholic Church position on, I'm allowed to. There's more room for what they call pious opinion. So if it's not something that's directly dogmatic or essential to salvation, you're allowed to have a breadth of opinion on it. There are certain core aspects that you don't necessarily get to argue with, but that's stuff like the Trinity.
Nice. Sergeant Buck for $5 says, this week on History Unhinged, connecting the Salem witch trials to the creation of Taco Bell.
I bet you we can.
Without a doubt.
They should be ready.
Violently American for $5 says, Yo, Aidens, do you think a Hoffman transfer orbit would be relevant in a multi-solar system sci-fi setting? And congrats on the engagement.
Hang on. We have to coordinate the taco issue really quick.
Before I go, is anybody selling a used Kindle? Let me know. Thanks.
Okay. The intern is fetching the tacos.
Violently American.
All right, what was it again?
Do you think a Hoffman transfer orbit would be relevant in a multi-solar system sci-fi setting? I don't know what a Hoffman transfer orbit is, but given the fact that you're talking about it being in a multi-solar system sci-fi setting, gives me an idea of what it might be.
Hoffman what?
And in that case, yeah, why wouldn't it?
A Hoffman what?
A Hoffman transfer orbit.
What is that? Hohmann transfer orbit. Elliptical path that uses the least amount of energy to move a spacecraft between two circular orbits.
Again, I say, why wouldn't it?
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about. That's so far outside of my realm.
It sounds like the most efficient way to get objects, ships, equipment, materials from one solar system to another. So that actually sounds like it would most likely be a foundational format of doing a multi-solar system sci-fi, especially in the near future rather than distant future, considering anywhere near light speed travel is not attainable for us right now, nor does it seem to be anytime soon. Hello. So using the Hoffman or whatever it is transfer orbit sounds like, what would be necessary.
Okay. Come on.
Venus is saying congrats on the engagement. Miss Maury for $5 says, wedding food, highly recommended food trucks. Several people I know have done it, including my brother, and it's amazing and far cheaper.
Amanda wants a more traditional food variety. I wanted food trucks.
We're having a formal wedding. We're not having food trucks at a formal wedding reception.
We could have the food trucks dress in tuxedos. Oh, no.
We are not having food trucks at a formal wedding. After
I think
party.
it's at least
I was going to say, what about the after party?
I think it might be like
tacos.
10% my wedding.
Absolutely.
As somebody who's going to be there.
Oh, there will be food trucks. They will not be the main cuisine.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, but if you have it during the party afterwards and people can go outside and hit them.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's genius. That is part of the plan. I am not against having food trucks at the wedding.
Did you guys pick a venue yet?
No, we're meeting with his mom to discuss everything we need to know before picking a venue. I'll probably meet with her this week. We'll probably both meet with her when we get back from Yellowstone, and then we'll start touring. We should probably have it picked by September.
Yeah, but we got doesn't have to be this week.
Oh yeah, no. But we do just need to get everything ready so that we can start calling and touring places. Currently, top contenders are. I'm not going to disclose that for privacy reasons.
I would imagine relatively local though.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
I'll leave now.
You can just stay
you can
there
hang if you
until-
want. He switches the camera around.
Yeah. Unless you want it to always be on you, because it can be.
That's crazy. What's that? Whoa.
My God.
Wow.
Cave Coding has been a member for 14 months.
Woo!
Duo Black Rose for $5 says, I need an updated eyeglass prescription. Do you have recommendations for an optometrist? Finding a new one has been a pain.
Honestly, I went to American Vision at the court in Camp Prussia. Solid.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in and out in an hour, and my glasses are great.
Sweet. Daniel Halstead for $10 says, game idea, an Age of Empires RTS where factions include Tartaria, Atlantis, Lemurians, and Nephilim. Campaign has Roosevelt and Tesla time travel to stop Marx, who causes the Bronze Age collapse.
Could probably mod that into AoE 3, honestly. The game already gets to, like, the early industrial age.
Yeah, it's not very campaigny, though, is it?
As an RTS?
What does RTS stand for again?
Real-time strategy.
Yeah, I guess.
Also, the game has a campaign.
I've never played it.
Oh, dude, it's good.
It's not very immersive, though, right?
What do you mean?
Like, it's top-down the whole time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Age of Empires.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Fair.
It's fun. Good story. Follows one family
Oh, cool.
through, like, 300 years.
Oh, that's cool. Goblin Grabber 56 is a new member.
Thank you.
Arbor Irrigation Installer.
Name, too.
It is a name. For $2 says, thoughts on conspiracies between MH17 and MH370?
No.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same plane.
Yeah, not even close. Kellen is saying congratulations on
Thank
your
you, sir.
engagement. Aiden, when you. Time will tell. Goblin Grabber 56 for Canadian $2 says, hello, cheesies, the bee's knees, and also Fane. Fair
Huh?
enough. I don't know. Saying
All
hello to
right.
other people. Duo Black Rose for $5 says, I have access to
Archie, it's not
disposable
for you.
styrofoam coolers. I
It's
can
not for you.
literally leave milk on your doorstep.
Yeah, he could. He lives locally.
That's good to know. Shattering Delusions for $10 says, can you do more on the Canadian National Park that has been explored in the 70s with goat skeletons in the cave? Wonder what peoples were there or beings. How has no other expedition been done?
He's talking about Nahani.
Yeah. We've had
It is weird. We have done an extent. One of the reasons I haven't done anything more on that is because our last video on it did so well and was so comprehensive. I'm not sure that I could really add anything. And unfortunately, try as I might, I can find nothing since the 70s about that cave. Like,
Let's go there.
oh, I'd love to. I was asked about being on a TV show, but I haven't heard back from him, so I don't know if that's like they would have gone to that valley. So I don't know. I never heard that I'm not gonna be involved, but I also never heard that I am. So
Fair.
that said, it is weird to me. Maybe I just need to look in the right places. Maybe there is some sort of anthropology study that was done on the cave, but I haven't seen anything.
Wolflord Brand, member for 4 months, says, because the Thornbussy hasn't seen Midsummer, just be safe and avoid strawberry lemonade. Once you watch the movie, you'll understand why. Fair enough.
Yeah, Midsummer, here's the thing. We can. It's a movie, all right.
It is good. It's an uncomfortable experience.
It's a very uncomfortable experience.
Yeah.
Also, when I was in college and I was actively like, you know, a history major, I would be annoying as hell about movies that were historically inaccurate. And I got through Midsummer and I looked at my roommate and I was like, I have nothing to say because what was that? I was so deeply uncomfortable that I couldn't even be pedantic.
Valid. Sir Half Inch for $5 says,
What a name.
It is. If we're starting a cult, then I shall leave you some wisdom. 8.6 blackout punches through level 4 plates pretty well. Good luck, ATF.
8.6 blackout?
Yeah, it sounds like it'll punch through your shoulder
I don't even know what you're talking about.
calibers.
Okay. Well,
8.6 blackout?
Vampire from Pluto for $5 says, please be safe, everyone going to Yellowstone. Missing 411 is fun to hear about, but we want you all to come back.
Yes, we will be coming back.
Hopefully.
6, 762, 65 Creedmoor. 8.
Uh,
What? Huh?
Kellen is asking for the title of Adjutant Admiral in charge of the cult's militia.
That seems fair enough. Aiden? That's 8.6 blackout?
Yeah.
That's 308.
It's a large projectile with not a ton of powder behind it.
It's got a smaller powder. It looks like it has less powder than a 5.56, but it's as long. The whole cartridge is as long as a 308.
So I'm assuming this is pretty short range then?
No. That is. It looks like if you stack. Yeah, it's the one right next to it.
Let me see.
That's Creedmoor.
Ooh, you want
That's
this?
8.6.
Ooh, you want this? Don't eat it.
Or sorry, wait. Wait, did I mix this up? Hang on, I'm dead. So, okay.
I was gonna say because the neck angle makes it look like it's designed for
30-06.
speed.
So we got 30-06, then we got 7.62, then we've got. Yeah, no, I was right. It's yeah, sorry. So no, I was wrong about one thing.
It's subsonic.
It's subsonic.
Subsonic armor piercing round. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than a 5.56. I was mixing things up, but wow.
So, but considering it's subsonic and it's that large of a grain projectile, I would imagine it's really only effective in a relatively short range. Like, I'd imagine you're not using that outside of 300 yards, even.
Probably not, but that's a crazy bullet.
Yeah, that's wild.
It utilizes a shortened case from the 6.5 Creedmoor, necked up to an 8.6 millimeter caliber. So it's like a Lapua with
A slow
Lapua. I could convert my AR-10 for it though.
Yeah, but then you would not be DMR then.
No. That is. Oh, good God. Yeah, that's a. Wow. The only required modification to convert an existing 308 Winchester chambered rifle to 8.6 is the replacement of the barrel.
Well, you could always get a spare barrel.
I could literally just swap out my barrel. Oh boy.
Wild.
boy.
Shattering Delusions for $5 says, did you know Martin Luther was known to fling his fecal matter at the devil and told the devil to get in the source of that multiple times?
Was not familiar with that.
Neither was I. Next is for $2 says, Martin Luther, what is this? A bad CIA cover-up?
Different Martin Luther.
That was also the FBI.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that James Joyce was really into farting?
Yes.
Actually?
I have read some of his letters to his wife.
I read them recently.
They are
What a grand
not
time.
great. He used his powers for all the wrong things.
Who was James Joyce again?
Very famous poet.
Dubliners, Ulysses,
Right.
And writer.
high school novels,
Right.
novellas.
I don't know if I like this world anymore.
No, it's not a good place. Anyway.
Maggie Bogomley, sorry if I mispronounced that, for $20 says, King Henry also attempted to use Judaism to get out of his marriage to Catherine of Aragon. His issue was that King Edward, the one from the 1200s, kicked out all of the Jewish people from England, so that was kind of hard for Henry.
I'm just kidding. What do you mean he tried to use Judaism?
Like maybe he tried to convert.
I'm Jewish now.
So let me get divorced.
That's a new one for me. I'm going to have to look into that. So let me get divorced. That's awful. You're terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
teleported.
teleported back to New York for a hot second there.
Just the Seinfeld theme.
I like Jews in New York.
I'm getting divorced here.
Crazy work.
Jerry, get divorced. What are you talking about?
What's going on in there?
What? What are you saying? George! Can you hear me now?
Oh boy.
I'm. Whoa.
Why do you have so many Seinfeld references?
You don't know shit about me, Aiden Addis.
She's like, you know nothing, Jon Snow.
Literally.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
She really just
Yeah.
did.
I got them up the wazoo.
And here we are back at Seinfeld.
All right.
Nextus for $10 says, did you guys see the new Odyssey movie coming out? A teaser is already out. Yeah, I saw the teaser before watching Superman for the first time in IMAX, and it was really entertaining. It was basically just John Bernthal doing a monologue.
Is it online now?
Don't know.
Their armor didn't look like that.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, but it does look cooler than what it actually looked like,
Mm.
which is something you've said.
It's technically fictionalized. It's technically fiction. They can take some liberties.
It's myth. Yeah.
It's based on.
Something.
Yeah.
There was probably a guy.
El Helen of Troy was cool. I mean,
There was
cool.
probably a guy who went back across the Aegean Sea. Might have been named Odysseus. Yeah, I don't know. They could have. I wouldn't have minded it as much if they went more with like the early 2000s Troy movie style armor. But Christopher Nolan went with like muted colors. It should be like polished bronze at least. They were very into the aesthetics of the whole thing.
Yeah, but most of our modern audiences aren't.
Well, the modern audience are. Do you get what I'm referencing there? The democracy means a government of the people, by the people, for the people, but the people are.
Oh, yeah.
That was what I was going for, but.
Although I will say, after the Superman movie, everybody seems a lot more willing to be, full of hope and kindness. It's kind of wild. Adoptions of dogs went up by like 586% after the movie. Yeah,
That's good.
and
Is that a real statistic?
yeah, at least I saw it online. It's gone up like several hundreds of percent.
Good, good.
Yep.
That's good.
It's making white men want to be better.
Yeah. Always a good thing. Always a good thing whenever somebody is inspired to be better.
And Superman's from Philly.
I'm extremely happy about that. David
He's
seems
an
like a
Eagles
really
fan.
nice guy.
He does. I had a dream about him.
I wish that they had found a way to have a Go Birds in the movie.
Yeah, not even Hawk Girl.
Well, on the press tour, at least he did.
Yeah, but like
Did you see what he said?
no.
Somebody asked him, who would you trust more to run the tush push in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts or Superman? And he was like, I gotta go with Jalen.
I love it.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
I just think it would be funny if like imagine well, because they had the old one where it was like it's a bird, it's a plane. Like if somebody was like it's a bird, and somebody was like go birds before saying it's a plane. Like
Yo,
that.
go birds! I'm from Metropolis. Go
Yeah.
birds!
Like there could have been something where they could have just CGI'd an Eagles logo onto a kid's hat.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's in there somewhere.
It might be.
Azzy for 556 says, why hasn't the Lodge done a deep dive on Pocahontas and Sacagawea? And as an aside, I knew a Charbonneau in Oregon. He was cool as hell.
Mainly just we're historical videos don't do as well in the algorithm.
Yeah.
The children yearn for the tragedies and the unsolved.
It's unfortunate, yeah. Nowhere near as much as they earned for the mines, apparently.
Yeah. Well, as the one comedy troupe from Australia suggested, kids down in the mines, immigrants down in the mines, and disabled people down in the mines.
I can't remember what the channel was that did that.
I can't either.
Shattering Delusion.
If you look up immigrants down in the mines, it will come up.
That would make sense. Shattering Delusions for $10 says St. John Fisher was named after John the Baptist. Was Fisher's execution rushed because Baptist's feast was in mere days? Fisher said no to divorce just as Baptist protested King Herod's concubines.
That is outside the realm of my being able to answer it off the top of my head. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
At least you know your limits.
Oh, I do.
Next, just for $10, says a Shakespeare play about Roanoke probably would be a tragedy.
But it would be so funny if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't be able to be named Roanoke. Have to be like, I don't even know. Because the people die in the titles. Macbeth died. Romeo and Juliet died.
Maybe they'd call it,
The
Apollo
Carolinian
died.
play.
yeah. Or they'd call it, like, Raleigh.
Yeah. Well, he didn't die.
He should have.
If they called it Virginia, that would work. She died. Virginia Dare.
Or they could have called it Dare.
Yeah.
Dare.
Hi,
Probably was
Aisling.
pronounced Daria at the time.
Yeah. Local Legends Bert Moran. Hey, Bert, for
Hey.
$2 says, congratulations on engagement. Very cool.
Thank you. Yeah. This is it, usually I'm after a different kind of engagement, but this time it was
What? What?
What?
What? Can you suck it?
what? I guess you could say that the fundraiser event I made up was engagement bait.
Oh, yeah.
I had Amanda convinced we were going to a political fundraiser for one of my roommates from college. Yep. There was no political fundraising event. His campaign is going well, though. I'm happy for him.
Good.
Yeah.
What is he doing again?
Maryland's Assembly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for him. James Knapp for $2 says, Amanda, get away from our ranch cult leader.
She's gonna be the like queen of the ranch cult.
Let's be fair.
First lady.
Let's be fair, Amanda. If you had a crown that matched that ring, you'd be all in.
Yeah. That would be an expensive crown.
It
Oh
would.
my god.
Sorry to put that into her head.
Yeah.
Who's
She already wants a $32,000 oven, man. Come on.
How in God's name is an oven that expensive?
It's got a lot of bays.
Like gas stove. It has like hot plates on the top that are kind of like always on at different temperatures, and also like a bunch of different like little box ovens, and it's mostly just really really pretty. I think the less expensive one is only like 25.
That's a
And
car.
I'm crazy for wanting my $9,000 espresso machine.
Well,
Well, I don't want my range now.
I know.
I have no room to talk.
You bought a boat and it doesn't even work.
Like I said, I have no room to talk. Jacket, who's been a member for 15 months,
Jacket.
thank you very much, says, my sister-in-law works at the Yorktown Jamestown Foundation. I've gotten to go and help with events there. It's a cool place.
Ooh, that's cool.
That is cool. Chimp is saying for $10, sorry I'm late, gamers. I just got a job. Congrats.
Congratulations.
okay.
I'm officially part of the Mangai Project art team episode. Episode 1 is out. I didn't work on it, but it's still peak. Go watch it.
I
Episode 2
swear to
coming
God, if this is
eventually.
Bionicle.
I would be shocked if it's not. I'm not going to lie.
Probably Bionicle. This man knows everything about Bionicle.
He does. Gibby retracted a message. How dare you?
Bye, Gibby.
Gibby!
You're late.
What?
You're late to the party.
Well, yeah, I figured you would follow me up on that, but
I think I'm in a mood. I don't know what's going on with me.
All right, well, next question.
Gibby! Sorry. Shattering Delusions for $2. There we go.
Thank you.
Says Lewis was murdered for finding giant bones.
You know what? Sure. Why not? We'll go with that. Okay.
You know what else?
Stop.
Don't say another word.
Hi, Ashling.
I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows
Knew a guy.
JD Vance, and I will get your visa revoked.
Not Rosie O'Donnell.
What?
What?
I don't know
You don't
how
know about
Rosie O'Donnell got involved in this, but
You don't know Trump wants to revoke her citizenship?
no.
Did not hear about this.
I will admit, that's funny.
He was like, if the beautiful country of Ireland wants her, they can have her.
Could you imagine, like, Trump's at a town hall and the moderator's like, it's been said that you want to revoke citizenship from Americans. And he's like, only Rosie O'Donnell. Again.
Why does he hate her so much?
I don't know. I can't really disagree with him on that. She seems like she's kind of annoying. Whatever they have
You can't
goes
just
back to
kick
like
somebody out of the country.
whatever they have goes back to like the 80s.
I just know her from that one.
They've hated each other for a long time.
She did that one baseball movie. That's all I know about her.
Yeah, A League of Their Own.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Anyway, Sleepy Nocturne for $10 says, "Hey, sorry I missed last Monday's stream. What are your thoughts on the change in Wendigo depictions from the classic to the more modern deer-headed ones?"
I get how it happened. The deer dude is objectively more terrifying to a European audience.
Yep.
It's more familiar. There's a lot of stag antler imagery in European folklore, a lot of deities that have that characteristic. And realistically, the thing that makes the Wendigo so terrifying to natives is the cannibalism aspect. And while cannibalism was certainly taboo in European cultures, it also wasn't seen in quite the same horrifying way.
Do you think it's largely because, due to the prevalence of agriculture for so many centuries, it wasn't deemed to be as large of a potential thing to happen?
Somebody who was a cannibal, first of all, you had much, like Ojibwe society, Anishinaabe society, a lot smaller in scale. Even when there were more of them, they lived in smaller communities. So when you're a community of 50 people, and there's somebody out in the woods who is stalking people, killing them, and eating them, that's terrifying. When you're in a community of 1,500 people, you're just going to go through the woods with weapons and find him and kill him. So I think that there's some degree of, like, the way society is structured informs what that society is afraid of. So as a European, you're more scared of like an armed band of people coming after your village than you are one guy alone in the woods. Also, when you consider that Europeans had much more sturdy armor and stronger weaponry, there's a lot less difference between the average Ojibwe man and a Wendigo than there is between a Wendigo and a Viking.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The Graphite Moose for $2 says, "Would you ever consider covering mermaid folklore?"
We did.
I was gonna
It's
say,
in the Harry Potter video none of you watched.
That's right. I was wondering where it was because I thought we had done it. Black Cane for $2 says, "How would y'all do on the Gettysburg Guide test?"
I would do horribly because I know very little about the Civil War. I've been watching through the Kings and Generals series on it to learn more about, like, at least the battles and the generals involved. But I don't know a ton about the details of Gettysburg or the Civil War overall. If you want to listen to a podcast about the Civil War on the road out to Montana, though, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. The only things I know about the Civil War are vague memories from middle school, and because we did visit Gettysburg, and watching the Gettysburg movie from the 90s on Memorial Day this year.
Yeah.
I should say Memorial Day weekend because I wasn't allowed to watch more than like an hour of it at a time because everybody was upset with me that I kept trying to watch Gettysburg. So
It's this past Memorial Day?
yeah,
Oh my God, I will love that.
it took me 4 days to get through it because it's okay. I understand it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I don't want to monopolize people's time. Graphite Moose asked again about the mermaid folklore, scary mermaid lore specifically. Yes, it's in the Harry Potter one.
Yes.
Shattering Delusions for $5 says, I can imagine you guys in the woods with your firearms, but also boar spears. You just don't know what's gonna pop out in a hike. Like John Smith's monkeys. What?
Huh?
What?
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 I'm looking up John Smith's monkeys.
Isn't there an entire island with monkeys that have like herpes or something or some incurable disease where they just keep like reproducing with each other? You're looking at me like you never heard of it.
I haven't.
Okay.
That
I don't know. My friend Sky O'Donnell told me about it.
That makes me think of Madagascar. I feel like there's something like that on Madagascar, but I don't think it is Madagascar.
Like the lemur monkey colony?
Yeah, well, I know that. Maybe that's...
Oh, wait. He might be talking about William Strachey talking about apes in the mountains.
Yeah, they take apes in the mountains.
Yeah, that's probably what he's on about. Also, Strachey has an incredible amount of information about the Powhatan, and I just had no way of communicating it, so I didn't do the Jamestown video.
Fair enough.
I'll get there.
Slowly but surely.
We're almost done.
Yes, we've got...
There was a
two more.
$100 super chat in there.
There was a $50...
There was a $100 one in there, too.
Was that the one that Gibby revoked?
No.
Perhaps?
But I remember it did have something to do with the ranch. Where'd it go?
Are we sure that wasn't the one that Gibby revoked?
I'm sure. Where did it go? Hang on. Ah, it was there.
There was a $50 one from Elena somewhere,
There was definitely a...
but I don't know where it is.
Hang on.
What?
Community. I think there's a...
YouTube.
Elena, I don't know where yours went either, because I don't see it here anymore.
I'm trying to find the super chat from it. There's a way for me to go back and see. I might be able to do that.
Yeah, I can't on here right now for some reason.
I'll do it on the computer before we hop off. But
Anyway,
and if not, then I will find a way to find it and then answer it for the next time. Because
fair enough. Maggie Bogomley, sorry if I mispronounced that, for $10 says, there's a Jewish law that says you can't marry your brother's wife.
yeah,
Catherine of Aragon was first married to Henry's older brother Arthur, who supposedly died before they could consummate it.
so the ironic thing there is that in Judaism, if you are married and you die, then your wife is supposed to marry your brother. And any of your brother's children by your wife get your last name and are considered your children.
He's just sitting here looking at me.
He does that. You might have to reach down and pick him up. He's coming. There you go. He's doing his thing. You got him. Oh, there we go. There's the boy.
He just needed a little bit more of an enthusiastic,
Yeah.
yes, you can come. And the last one is from Shattering Delusions for $5, saying, The Suppressed History of America, The Murder of Meriwether Lewis. It's a good book on Amazon. Please read on the trip. Want your take or debunk?
That might be one of the ones I bought. I'm not positive, but I did buy several.
Yeah, how many of these are there?
I think I got 3.
Okay. Look at this poor little guy.
I'm going to be reading them while you're driving, so like you're going to hear everything.
Yeah, I figured. Are you going to read them aloud?
No, unless you want me to.
It's okay. I'll probably be listening to like synthwave and AirPods.
Oh God. Hi. Yeah, you're a good boy. All right, let me scoot over there and see if I can find the video.
Okay.
Or not the video, the super chat.
Yep. After that, we will wrap up.
There was definitely one in there, and I do not want to miss that because that was a lot of money, and I want to make sure you guys get your money's worth. Okay, I'm going to hit refresh.
Refresh.
Creme fraiche.
Creme de la
Your
creme.
activity. It's like pretty early on.
See, I scrolled a bunch of times. The Elena one right there.
Yeah.
That was not there like 2 minutes ago.
Weird. Did you read it?
No,
Okay.
because I couldn't see it.
She said, housing greeting Archie. Mom emailed us a couple weeks back about a missed super chat, and again today, so we have her email. Okay, we'll go look for it. Aviation buff liked the MH17 video. I'm glad somebody did. Lore videos on werewolves. Been something that I've been looking into. Haven't really figured out the right timing for it. Maybe I'll do something on like the Michigan Dogman, and then go into like,
Oh, I found the $100 one.
oh, what's it say?
We'll finish that first.
That's what I was saying. That was the end. Is like I'll try and do one. I just think I'm gonna have to connect it to the Michigan Dogman.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Regarding
Congrats
where-
on your engagement. So thank you.
Regarding where at the
There it is.
best option would be to leverage tax laws and places that are beneficial to the overall group. 3
i.e.
or 5
veterans
veterans
grouped together to buy an individual property
individual
next to each
property.
other to create a mega property. Oh. Basically, he's saying that there's ways that you can leverage taxes to make it cheaper to buy land if you do it in groups.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm
So we've got concepts of a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. It has been so very real. A 10-minute limit on what? All right. I don't know what they're talking about in chat, and I'm scared. I have a headache, as I usually do by this time of the night. And I think my fiance is getting antsy, so we're going to head home. And I think I know she also just likes being referred to as my fiance. So,
And thanks to Fume for sponsoring
and thanks to Fume for
video.
sponsoring this video.
this live stream.
Yeah.
Video.
Can buy one of them abandoned towns.
Oh, I'm down for that for sure.
That'd be
What is
cool.
it, Yellow Dog? Is that the one up in up?
I feel like there are just so many of them. As long as it has good Wi-Fi, or at least we can install it relatively
Yeah,
inexpensively.
Yellow Dog Village.
Okay. Not for you, little.
There's probably so much mold.
Oh.
Probably. 7 miles west of Katanning. Semi-abandoned ghost. Semi-abandoned?
Right.
Visits are by appointment only.
That's probably.
It was a company town.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a liability thing.
The Pittsburgh Limestone Company.
Is it still around?
Oh, like the towns that are like in quarries. They just filled up
Yeah,
quarry. Or yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Somebody owned it. He sold it to another owner who is currently planning to fix up the village, though his long-term plans differ slightly. I don't know. Realistically, depending on how it's going for this guy, we might be able to make an offer and get it. All right. Well, what?
What?
Ma.
I don't know. I just
What's
put
wrong?
the camera on you.
Oh. Well, I was doing stuff, so.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Oh, well.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's the button? That's that one.
We love you
Not
so
that
much.
one. Where's the ending stream?
He loves
Ah.
you.